An attack has decimated the British capital.
Go, go, go!
The American president. She's unaccounted for.
Oh my God.
The world's most powerful leaders descend upon London, unified in mourning after the sudden death of the British Prime Minister. What begins as a solemn moment of global unity, surrounded by the tightest security ever assembled, rapidly transforms into an unimaginable nightmare. Hidden beneath the facade of safety lies a deadly conspiracy aimed at wiping out the most influential figures on the planet and plunging the world into chaos. In a matter of minutes, London becomes the epicenter of one of the most devastating coordinated terrorist attacks in modern history. To protect the President of the United States, Benjamin Asher, the responsibility falls on Secret Service agent Mike Banning. Asher's closest friend, confidant, and one of the most skilled protectors in the world. When the plan spirals into full-scale warfare on the streets of London and the president is captured, Mike must step far beyond the call of duty to prevent a catastrophic loss that could alter the future of global security. With that, the story begins. The film opens in Pakistan, where the notorious and feared terrorist mastermind Amir Barkawi is hosting his daughter's wedding at his luxurious compound. Despite the celebration, tension simmers as Barkawi speaks with his two sons about a German mole discovered within one of their cells in Lebanon. Barkawi, ruthless in his methods, orders not only the mole's death but also the execution of his entire family, an example of the cold brutality he rules with. Unbeknownst to him, an informant disguised as a caterer has secretly sent his location to the U.S. government. As he attempts to leave, a drone strike is launched from Nevada. Within seconds, the joyous wedding turns into a fiery hellscape. The compound is engulfed in flames, and Barkawi's family members are believed to be killed, fueling a dark desire for revenge. 2 years pass. President Asher is seen jogging through Washington alongside Mike Banning, still rebuilding confidence after the devastating terrorist attack from the previous film. Their bond is evident. Beyond professionalism, they are genuine friends. During a briefing, they learn of the British Prime Minister's death. Soon after, Asher, Mike, and Secret Service Director Lynn Jacobs board Air Force One and fly to London, accompanied by the newly appointed Vice President Alan Trumbull. Security in the city is unmatched. Every street, rooftop, and entrance is heavily monitored. It is declared the safest event on Earth, a statement that could not be more tragically wrong. As the funeral begins, the first explosion rips through the streets. The Canadian Prime Minister's limousine is obliterated. Almost immediately, mercenaries disguised as London police officers and royal guards emerge, ambushing civilians and assassinating world leaders with military precision. The German Chancellor is gunned down near Buckingham Palace. The Japanese Prime Minister dies when suicide bombers destroy the support beams of a bridge, sending his car plunging into the Thames. The Italian Prime Minister, perched atop Westminster Abbey with his mistress, is killed by a sniper. A barge packed with explosives drifts toward the French president's yacht. Moments later, he is consumed by the resulting explosion. London erupts into chaos. Sirens, gunfire, and screams echo across iconic landmarks. Big Ben shatters. Bombs detonate along the Thames. Smoke blankets the skyline. In the midst of this destruction, Mike Banning acts with unmatched ferocity and focus. While escorting Asher and Jacobs through the hostile streets, he engages mercenaries in brutal gunfights. They reach St. Paul's Cathedral and attempt an air rescue, but Barkawi's forces are prepared. Missiles shoot down 2 escort helicopters, and the president's helicopter is struck and crash lands. Director Jacobs is fatally impaled. With her final breath, she urges Mike to make them pay. Forced to flee again, Asher and Banning navigate London's desolate, war-ravaged streets while elite terrorists pursue them on motorcycles. In Washington, Trumbull and his staff watch in horror, powerless as communication goes dark. Mike manages to send a coded message confirming he and the president are alive. Forced underground into abandoned metro tunnels, they eliminate the terrorists following them. Asher, fully aware that Barkawi wants him executed on camera, makes Mike swear to kill him rather than let that happen. Mike reluctantly accepts. Barkawi then contacts Trumbull, vowing vengeance for the drone strike that killed his family. The US officials discover the painful truth. The British Prime Minister was murdered with poison to lure every world leader into a trap. Seeking refuge, Mike brings the president to MI6 agent Jacqueline Jax Marshall. She helps uncover Barkawi's full operation and locates the terrorists' communication hub. When they spot what appears to be a US Delta rescue team approaching, Mike quickly realizes something is wrong. The soldiers lack perspiration despite wearing heavy combat gear. They're imposters. Seconds later, the fake team storms the safe house, initiating a brutal firefight. Mike and Asher fight side by side, managing to eliminate the killers, but the threat is far from over. During their escape, another ambush occurs. Their vehicle is rammed, and Mike is knocked unconscious. The president is dragged into a truck and taken to a hidden execution chamber, where Kamran Barkawi prepares to broadcast Asher's beheading live to the world. Cameras are set up, feeds go live across global networks, and the brutal beating begins as Kamran forces Asher to deliver his final words. But before the execution can begin, Mike Banning bursts in like a force of nature, eliminating the guards and confronting Kamran. The two engage in a violent hand-to-hand battle, but Kamran escapes, initiating the final segment of his deadly plan. Mike orders the real Delta Force operators to plant explosives throughout the building. As flames rise and the structure begins to collapse, Mike rescues the president and leaps with him down a service shaft just before the explosion annihilates Kamran and the remaining terrorists. When the smoke settles, the Delta team discovers Mike and Asher alive, battered but unbroken. Meanwhile, back in Yemen, Trumbull contacts Amir Barkawi one final time. "You lost," he tells him. Moments later, another drone strike hits Barkawi's compound, this time killing him for good. In the aftermath, Mike returns home to his wife and newborn child. He contemplates submitting his resignation letter to President Asher, feeling the weight of everything he has endured. But as he watches Trumbull address the nation, delivering a powerful message of resilience and unity, Mike quietly deletes the letter, and with that, the film concludes.